Hi, welcome to Bell's Palsy Talk. I'm Barbie. I'm so excited we're going to be talking to Angel today about fitness and inflammation in the body and keeping your body healthy and well, especially while you're healing from anything, but of course, especially Bell's Palsy. We're going to invite Angel here. She's going to come on with us. We've been chatting behind the scenes for a while. I'm really excited to meet her. Hey,
Hey, that was fast.
that was, I know, isn't I know it makes me sound old, but this is so fascinating. This social media that Angel's in Tennessee, everybody, and we can just pop right on and chat, and it's so great. There's so many
It's
great.
amazing. Technology is a great thing when you know how to use it.
Well, yeah, and it went exactly. That's the thing. We always rely on it so much, and then God forbid something doesn't pop up on your calendar. It's like I'm not there. It's not happening.
Exactly. And I'm old school. I have to write it down. Yeah.
I did change off the writing it. Like I finally got on to because I was the same with my calendars and stuff because I just was finding that it wasn't getting there. So I was like, oh, okay, this phone thing. Okay, fine. But if it's not on the calendar, I'm telling you, it is not happening. I got
Right. And the night before, I checked, see what I have to do, and then I set alarms on my phone.
I do.
So,
My son is lacrosse gear. So I don't have to pick, he has practice and it's pouring rain here. So I said, okay, I'll bring you your gear.
right.
And I have to set an alarm because I'll get on to chatting and posting this and then who knows, right?
Totally forget. I get it. It's so good to be on here.
Yeah, it's so nice to have you here. We've been connecting online. Thank you so much to those who are popping on, joining us. For any followers here, make sure you post any questions at any time, and we'll get to them when we can. Angel, always she kind of attracted my attention on these feeds because you're always so happy and positive. And I think that we both have that kind of similar outlook. Try at least is to just take what we've been thrown at us and make the best of it. Now, I know you don't have hadn't had Bell's palsy. Now yours was because of a brain tumor. So why don't you tell us about how your facial paralysis and that kind of thing happened, about your diagnosis? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And hey to everybody watching, please comment anything you have to say or add or ask. My story began, well, first of all, I'll tell you, I was a school teacher, and then I became a stay-at-home mom, and then I got crazy into fitness. I'd always loved working out, and at this point, we couldn't afford a gym membership because we were, one income. And so I got a job at the gym and started teaching classes, and that's kind of how my fitness journey started. So I was teaching classes and doing great, and the only symptom I had was losing my hearing. So I went to the doctor in 2006, and we were always getting in trouble at the gym for having the music too loud. And, I was an 80s rocker kid, so I was at all the loud concerts. So I thought my ear is damaged because of the loud music.
Okay.
But that wasn't it at all. The doctor kind of said, let's just wait and see. It's not terrible. But, we're always guilty of not wanting to go to the doctor. So I put it off. It got worse and worse and worse. And finally one night I was completely deaf. It was like I heard paper crunching, like wadding up paper, and then nothing.
Okay.
So finally got an MRI, and they said I had a huge tumor growing on my brain stem, and it had tails intertwining the nerves keeping me alive. So it was going to have to be
great. You were like, that's fantastic.
Oh, it's a crazy long story. I could go in the details of everything that happened and I was feeling, but I won't go through all that. But just the fact that I had a brain tumor, and my husband's a pharmacist, so he has some medical knowledge. So usually when you have these MRIs, they don't tell you anything. They just wait till you have to go to the doctor a day or two later. But I was like, what is up? What is up? And I could tell the guy reading the thing. He said, well, this is your brain. This side is normal, and this side had a huge tumor. I said, oh my God, do I have a brain tumor? And it was just like that. That's how I found out. And I was by myself, and all the doctor's offices were closed. It was like 5 o'clock on a Friday. So I had to wait till Monday. So my husband literally had the disc. The guy gave me the disc, and Wade, went through and figured out how to read it. And we weren't Googling, which is the worst thing to do.
But you can't help yourself.
Yeah, it's like a death sentence. You're going to die. That's basically what we were getting. But of course, I've got with the best surgeons. I had a 14-hour brain surgery.
Wow.
And yeah, my auditory nerve was completely crushed. They said there's no hope for that, which now there's technology. So I'm going to revisit that soon. But they were amazed that I still had balance. I could still do all this stuff. And I think it was because I was so fit and I was working out every day, teaching classes, that my body had just learned to compromise. Like when you're doing lunges and squats, your toes should always be facing forward. I had started doing that just to help my balance, not even knowing it. Your body just adapts.
And it came on slowly, right? Like, it's not like the tumor was so big. So that
exactly, they said it had been growing 10 years.
Yeah, and so for those 10 years, it's just like a tiny bit, your body adapted. I mean, that really is fascinating. Like, body.
Yeah. And people that have chronic illness, it doesn't usually hit them spot on. It's been a buildup of years and years and years of inflammation and chronic and, you know, all those things. And you don't feel it right away until it's too late. Yeah. So I had the 14-hour brain surgery. I had to relearn to walk, talk, swallow everything again. And of course, that's when I had the facial paralysis. I see somebody popping on. They're following you. Good. Anyway, that's how I got the facial paralysis. And that was really devastating. And there was no support group back then. This was October of 2009. I didn't, you know, my doctor, my hospital, nobody told me about any support group. But I remember going to the doctor for my first checkup and seeing all these people in the waiting room like me. And I was like, oh, we're like a little community here. And of course, nobody talked or anything. We're all fresh out of, you know, surgery, recovering. And it just felt good though to know I wasn't alone. And that is when I felt like God sparked the idea in me to make that t-shirt. I don't know if you've seen it. I should have worn it today, but it says shine. And it's a little happy sunshine, but he's got facial paralysis. He's got a half smile. And I had been making
that shirt.
You seen it?
No, I need it.
You need it. I know you need it. I send it to friends sometimes, but I used to, when my main business was fitness, I would make t-shirts and tank tops. I would just use words that I felt like God gave me in scripture. And anyway, it has shine, and it was the scripture for Matthew. It says, let your light shine to glorify God. And I thought, you know, it's not about me. It doesn't matter what you look like. You're just called to shine. You're called to be you, be unique. Even if it's, you know, a half smile, whatever it is, be you and know that it's not about you. It's about serving and loving and helping people. So that's kind of how I got started with the t-shirt stuff. And then everybody started making t-shirts. And I was like, okay, I'm giving that a rest right now. You can get them at Walmart, you know, made in China for $3. Okay. And I was using a nice printer here in Franklin, Tennessee. So it was just kind of crazy. But that's when I also started my nutrition interest, because I was really fit, but I was not necessarily healthy. And
totally, exactly. There's a very, very big difference, isn't that? Yeah.
Yes.
Healthy. I'm just jotting that down. Yeah.
So a year after my brain surgery, I went back in for another MRI, and they said, I don't know how this happened, but it's grown again. We've got to do radiation. And I was just sick. I was just sick. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot go through all that again. The radiation, I kind of breezed through. It was 27 treatments, and I did great until the end. That's when my hair fell out. I had spots all over my face. They said your teeth may fall out. It was pretty sad. I was looking rough. I lost a lot of weight, and it was not pretty. It was losing muscle mass. It was just feeling sick. And I thought, if this is what skinny is, I sure don't want it.
Yeah.
And I was throwing up and, you know, shakes, and it was awful. But my sweet little boy said, Mama, that means it's working. Oh. And I'll never forget that. I was like, yeah, this is what I have to go through. But after that is when I really started looking into nutrition. And that was what led me to my company. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So nutrition, inflammation, plant-based foods. I'm very interested in that as well. I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't eat dairy much. I try to not do things in extremes. Like, I don't, you know, say no, because then of course that's the only thing I'm going to want. But anyways,
right. It's a journey. It is a journey, and it's better to start simple. One simple change is what we say. Make one simple change at a time. But yeah, I learned that chronic inflammation is the root of every disease.
Yeah.
Is that not incredible? Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, autoimmune disorder. And I probably shouldn't say every disease, but I think it's like 95% are chronic, inflammation. And anyway, so I've learned a lot. And I have a detox group I do every month to help people reduce that inflammation, get their gut healthy, because that is where your health is, in your gut. So what you eat is so important. That's my tower garden back there. It just clicked on. I have a timer for the water. So it was, I don't know if you heard it, but I grow my own fruits and veggies on my tower garden.
That is fabulous, because that is part of the, okay, so I think for our listeners now, everybody watching, make sure you ask questions if you feel called to, because this is such a big topic. I'm very passionate about it. Obviously, Angel is putting alkaline and plant-based foods into your body. Simplistically, we're just saying give your body the fuel to be able to heal itself. So if you woke up with Bell's palsy tomorrow and you start feeding your body full of acidic foods that aren't plant-based, unnatural, now what you're doing is your body's creating inflammation, correct me if I'm wrong, Angel, to protect itself and process all this crap. And protecting your body with this inflammation doesn't have a chance to heal the other things. If you put your body in a state of, its ideal state, which is alkaline and plant-based, then your body essentially is optimized to be healing.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. The more you can focus on putting the good stuff in, the antioxidants, the phytochemicals, that is what helps your body to be balanced, like you said. And eventually you want to start cutting out the bad. But what I've learned is you crave what you eat. What you put in your body, you're going to want more of it. So you have to start by adding those plant foods. And I've learned that if you've ever had any kind of chronic illness, if you're over 50, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, you need, they say 16 to 20 plus servings a day. And a serving is a cup of raw fruits or veggies, or a half a cup of cooked. So that's a lot, and most of us can't get it.
Yeah. So supplementing. Now, and I would wager to say, obviously, and for those watching, of course, I forgot to say this at the beginning, of course, we're not doctors. Everyone.
Absolutely.
Angel and I are also talking from our own experience. Obviously, this is for career in nutrition and fitness. I'm just the human body fascinates me. It is such a fascinating machine. Baby Beans, who's watching us.
Yes. Congratulations on your pregnancy.
It is, but your body, man, like amazing. I mean, obviously, literally making another human is amazing.
Yeah.
Be able to give our bodies. Now, I'm very interested in what you said, though. Okay, so that's a really cool concept. So if I'm, I eat crap every day and, I have to have McDonald's. Okay, well, so you're saying don't necessarily have to cut that out right away, but if I'm adding more good stuff, then my body will start craving more of that, right?
Yes. Your body, yes, it's called the gut-brain connection. Your gut is your second brain.
Yeah.
And the more you feed it, if you're feeding the healthy bacteria or the unhealthy bacteria, it's sending messages to your brain, give me more, give me more. So when you start eating your spinach, your kale, your artichoke, your beets, your garlic, all those things, your brain recognizes that as healthy and wants more, of course. And we know, the opposite's true. You eat sugar, what happens?
Right.
They say sugar is more addictive than cocaine.
Yeah.
Is that not, there have been studies with rats. You give them cocaine or sugar, they end up all going to the sugar.
Well, Baby Beans is eating Lucky Charms right now, so she knows about that.
Hey, no judgment.
You're pregnant, and you do. You're pregnant. No one's messing with you. But yeah, so that's just that is so interesting, because I never heard it explained that way. And I think that's super true. As soon as you start banning things out of your diet, like if I say I'm not allowed to have something, it is literally the only thing. As humans, I think we tend to just act like we're 5 years old and be like, you told me I can't have barbecue sauce? that's what I'm eating. I mean, barbecue sauce,
Right.
3 meals a day. So I love that approach where you still have the barbecue sauce.
Add more good. I have a private Facebook group called Filled with Good, and we encourage people, add more good, because when you fill up on the good stuff, you don't want the junk. You don't crave the junk. And it's amazing, even children, when an adult orders my fruits, vegetables, berries, and all that, the kids get it free. And the children start asking for salads, and parents are like, whoa. And it's really incredible. It really is a gift. And I always say, what's the better gift to give yourself than the gift of health? And most people don't realize they need it until they need it. Like me, I was living on Diet Cokes and, junk.
You don't realize what you're missing. When I stopped eating meat, it was, I always kind of felt called that way too, like intuitively listening to my body. But of course you have young kids and you're busy and you just eat the chicken salad and try to eat healthy and whatever. And then when I was ready, right? Because that's the thing too, you got to be ready,
right?
Make big changes, or little changes are okay too. But I stopped eating and I just was like, oh wow, like my body just does not like processing meat. It doesn't like it. Right. And the human body has trouble processing meat, period. So I think that by, like you're saying, putting all those good stuff in, our bodies are designed to have that stuff in us.
Yes. And it really helps with everything, your hair, your skin, your nail. It shows up on the outside. Yeah. And so many people will spend tons of money on creams and lotions. And I'm not saying that's not important or beneficial, but if we could spend more time thinking about what we're putting inside, what's in our bloodstream, what's in our cells, because that will eventually show up on the outside. And it really does help reduce that inflammation. And a lot of facial paralysis can be helped with reducing inflammation. I never say it's a cure for anything, but it can help. And it's like a tool. You want to exercise, you want to sleep right, you want to drink your water, you want to do all these other things. But my main focus now is helping people get started with adding the right things.
Love it. And I so you have products that you work with that are like whole food supplements that you can take?
Yes, they're whole food supplements.
I that's great. I decide, okay, you know what, Barbie and Angel, I'm on board. I'm going to eat all my green vegetables, but that's a lot of veggies. 16.
It is a lot. And we're also supposed to eat the rainbow every day. So it's not just about the servings. It's better. Nutritionists now are saying it's better to eat a little bit of a wide variety every day. Yeah. So you want to get the reds, the purples, the greens, the yellows, all those things. It's variety, because like an apple has over 12,000 phytochemicals. 12,000. And if you're taking a vitamin, you're getting, something made in a factory, probably China, and it's not even always absorbed in your body. You pee it out. But if you eat that whole apple, you're getting all those thousands of phytonutrients. And that's what our body craves. And that's what it needs to function, to have better digestion, everything.
I also had a question somebody had said to me a while ago too, and I kind of looked into it, but this just popped into my head now. Also, the way that nature has designed fruits and vegetables is that the apple, even if you take, or an orange, the example was the orange, a vitamin C supplement, your body isn't metabolizing it or absorbing it how it's supposed to, because it doesn't have the pulp part and the juice part, and the whole combination makes it.
Yes, it all works together. And 80% of the vitamin C in an orange is in the peeling. Did you know that? It's in the peeling. And what I love about our company is we don't just juice, part of the food and then throw away the fiber and throw away all the important components. We put it in this huge pulverizer with the skin on it. Okay. So you're getting everything. So you're getting some of the fiber, and we take out the sugar, which is huge. So it's just an amazing process what we have.
And then it's in capsules or
it's in capsules. I went ahead and took out what I take every day, and you don't have to do all of this. I do everything because I want to get as much in me as I can. But this is the little veggie capsule. It's got vegetables in it. This has the fruits. and this has the berries, the fruits and the berries. One's pink and one's purple. And then this is our vegan omegas. And
Okay.
what we've learned about omegas is we skip the fish because they're killing so many fish to get a tiny bit of omegas. Fish get omegas from the algae they eat.
Okay.
So we went straight to the source. So ours is much more pure. It's not full of toxins and mercury and
Yeah.
plastics and all that. So
Okay.
yeah.
And I would take those in addition to my regular multivitamins that I take. Like I take good quality multivitamins, or do you just take those?
I just take these. I ditch the multivitamins because most multivitamins, you just pee them out. Honestly, it's money down the toilet. They're not even absorbed. This has the whole food, the peelings, the pit, the
Right.
seed, everything on the fruits and vegetables.
Right.
And yeah, it's changed my health dramatically. People ask me, how do you get so much energy? I'm like, well, you put the right stuff in, you feel good, you know?
Well, it is. And, we say that and we roll our eyes like, yeah, but it really is true.
It is.
I say that to my husband, I go, if you're busy and I skip a couple days at the gym and then you go back and it's a big cardio day and you come and he's like, oh, you have so much energy. I'm like, I know, I should write a book about this new thing that I just discovered called exercise. I mean, people should do this. It's great.
Like every day, right?
Right. So it's like, as adults, we're kind of like, I know I will feel better if I do this. So I think, especially for people watching, especially on all of our feeds, there's, we need to take care of ourselves. You only get one body. Yes, we got Bell's palsy or a brain tumor or whatever. You're having a bad day or whatever. We only get one body. Let's take care of it as much as we can. Smile through whatever we can. Lean on each other so that we don't feel alone. And I think that
I like what Happy Heather just said. I love that. Seed bearing fruit. You are exactly right.
Oh yeah, totally, Happy Heather. Isn't that amazing? I learned that too. That we're taught to pick out the seeds, don't eat the seeds, and that's where like 90% of the seeds is where the nutrition is, right?
Right. The pit, peel, seed, absolutely. So use it all. And I love that our company does that. We also have a protein powder. It's all vegan, water washed. It has a lot of fiber in it, which fiber and phytonutrients are going to feed that healthy gut bacteria, which is where your immune system is, your serotonin. It's going to help with your mental health, everything.
And especially now. So feeling good every day, of course, is important, but especially now for people who are healing, or of course, like pregnant and Bell's palsy, like, oh my gosh, let's get some nutrients in our bodies, some positive messages, energy, and drink that. Of course, I mean, that's the thing that we joke around. We bonded over that at the beginning, is like, if there is one thing I think that for your health you can do is just drink water. Like, if you're only going to commit to one thing.
Yes, water. And it's so important too, when you are trying to get the right nutrients in your body, to drink the water so you can absorb those nutrients. Right? You've got to absorb the nutrients, and they're not going to do much good for you. So you want to do that. And it helps everything. Like I said, it shows what you put on the inside, shows up on the outside, skin, hair, nails, all of that. You're going to feel so much better.
I feel like you and I could talk for about 6 hours.
I know.
In love with your message, and I want us to be in touch more. For those of you listening now or later, make sure you put in the comments things that you're more interested about. Angel will send me all the information, the links to her company and her products, so you guys can get in touch with her more, or on her handle, The Fitness Angel, and let's get some nutrition in and get ourselves feeling better, because there's no point in this life thing if we're not having fun, and it at least being having some happy days. And also stick together. Let's stick together.
Yes, stay together. We'll have to do this again. This was awesome.
I love talking. I'm a talker.
Me too, girl.
You have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you post them in the comments. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Thank you.